Absolute Monarchy. Presented by Nicholas Faulkner. What is absolute monarchy? It is a method of government where the monarch has total control and can exercise that control to do whatever they want. Absolute monarchy can be summarized by control over competing groups, the large permanent armies, the new middle-class bureaucracies, obtaining the support of the nobility, abolition of liberties, and control over religious sects. These can be remembered easily with the phrase, great absolute ruler. Control over competing groups. An absolute monarch needs to control competing groups, such as local governments and parliament. One monarch who did this especially well was King Louis XIV, who dismissed parliament and became his own prime minister so that he had complete control over his government and he couldn't be challenged. Powerful standing armies. If an absolute monarch wants to keep their hold on power and extend that power even further, they will need powerful standing armies. One monarch who did this very well was Peter the Great of Russia. He built an enormous army which he used to take over parts of Sweden and other countries to claim as part of his own. Bureaucracies. A government cannot be run by one person alone, so absolute monarchs appoint educated middle-class people to positions in the government to ensure that they will be loyal and have no ulterior motives, like a nobleman. Frederick William I of Prussia was a ruler who did this extremely well. He built a loyal bureaucracy by giving people high positions to gain their support and loyalty. This gave him more control over the government so that he could do more things unopposed. A successful absolute monarch must work to diminish but also pacify nobles who may be problematic or counterproductive to their agenda. French King Louis XIV was one of the most effective at controlling the nobles, using manipulation tactics to keep them competing against each other and looking up to him instead of competing to take his power. Abolition of liberties. Sometimes abolishing liberties of certain groups is important to be able to control that or other groups. Both Peter and later Catherine the Great of Russia abolished some peasant rights by allowing and even encouraging serfdom to continue, which kept nobles happy with their cheap labor and helped the economy, but that was not very good for the people who were forced to be serfs. Control over religious sects. One way for absolute monarchs to control the general population is through manipulation of religion. The semi-democratically elected head of the short-lived Commonwealth of England, Oliver Cromwell, had a strict control over religion. His government strongly disapproved of religious sects other than Puritanism, and the religious control even spread into other parts of everyday life. If you can accomplish these 6 things, you too can be a successful and effective absolute monarch. Thank you for watching.